Yo, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of No Big Deal Podcast, aka No Big Deal TV. This is episode 90. 90. We here, Byrd. We here.
Yes, sir.
My man Byrd in the house, man. We are the greatest duo they are selling us. We've been doing them numbers, bruh. I'm excited, man. So, our episode today is NFL greatest duos that we've ever seen. So, tell me some of your greatest duos, bro, that you witnessed.
Uh, that I've witnessed.
Yeah.
I mean, and this ain't in no order. This is
Okay.
no order. I'm just gonna what I came up with.
Yeah.
I gotta go Matt. You gotta go Matt Ryan and Julio.
Mhm.
I think they're one of the best 1-2 punches in the NFC. They were good, man. They were
Yeah.
good. You can look up their numbers. One of my favorites all time is on the defensive side of the football, man. But you can't deny Ed Reed and Ray Lewis. I'm sorry. I mean, you got
Yeah.
to put them on this list. I got Matthew Stafford and Megatron in Detroit
Oh.
with no O line. The things that they were able to accomplish together, I think they got to be up there. Brady and Gronk. I mean, I think that's undeniable. I mean, history speaks for itself, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
Mahomes and Kelsey, same thing.
Yeah.
Peyton and Marv, everybody knows how good they were. Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk. Now, hear me out though. You can go either way if you want to. You could take Marshall Faulk out and put Isaac Bruce in there. You could take Marshall Faulk and Isaac Bruce out and put Torrey Holt in there. However you want to slice it, I ain't mad at it. That's just my opinion. I just put Marshall Faulk in there. Then I got Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams when they were in Green Bay.
Yeah, not
We're not. Yeah, we ain't gonna discuss about what happened with the Jets. And then, I mean, you got to put Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith in there, and then Joe Montana and Jerry Rice.
Man. It's a solid little duo list, bro.
And like I said, the you could even put Marvin Harrison. You could swap Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne if you wanted to. You could even put Edgerrin James in there with Peyton Manning if you wanted to.
But I was thinking that's why I didn't mention them, because they will be in my trios list along with Kurt Warner, Holt, and Bruce. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but to me, it's hard to keep them off the duo list too, because you can interchange any of them because they impacted the game so much.
That's true.
You know what I mean? If one of those two was having a bad game, the other one wasn't going to have a bad game.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So it's just, for me, that's why I had to put them on there. It was just way too hard.
That's true.
Not to.
That's true. All right.
Go ahead. What you got?
Bro, it is, man, I'm going to go with Ben and Brown. Of course, got to keep it in the house. Steelers in the house.
For sure. That's one I didn't have on my list that I got crucified for.
Well, I mean, there's another one too. You could probably swap out Ward and Brown too, because they won a Super Bowl together.
Or what about Le'Veon Bell? That would be.
It's kind of difficult because the injuries kind of like kept him out. I'm talking about them two fully healthy, like.
So I guess my question is who was more impactful when they were playing? Was it Antonio Brown or was it Le'Veon Bell?
Antonio Brown. Don't get me wrong, Le'Veon was doing numbers when he was in there. But
maybe I love Le'Veon running style, man.
Le'Veon running style was great, but there's some games he was questionable.
For sure.
But Brown always brought his A game. And definitely, now if he wasn't catching, he was blocking. He was helping as much as he can. So, I'm probably going to get crucified by my AFC North people. But Palmer and Chad Johnson was definitely a great duo for a while. For them little couple years, they was. I'm sorry, they was solid, bro.
I
It's kind of difficult not to put them in there.
see. I don't think it is because those other duos that I named off, I think that they're a lot better than what they were. And you got to remember, they never accomplished anything.
That's true.
They never accomplished nothing. That's part of the reason why I had to leave them off my list because when
Yeah,
you look at it, I mean, what honestly did they do that was like they were never considered the best in the football league ever. Carson Palmer or Chad Johnson was never considered at their position.
really,
Chad Johnson was never considered the best receiver. Carson Palmer was never considered, not in my opinion.
really.
So was there ever a year that Chad Johnson was better than Marvin Harrison? That somebody said that?
No,
What about Antonio Brown?
nah.
What about Julio?
I'm just no. But here's the thing: we're doing lists that we've seen, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm just saying now. I've seen them. Great.
I seen him too. I just,
Yeah.
my opinion, I had to leave them off just because they never.
I feel you. I feel you. I feel you on that. I mean, definitely. I just feel like they are just an underrated duo. I just feel like they almost, like, I ain't gonna say, yeah, they did. Almost don't count, but still. If you could put Kurt Warner and Torrey Holt in there, then yeah. Torrey Holt never won. Kurt did. But Torrey never won. You froze?
No, you
Oh, I was like, oh shit.
you had froze for a second, like it lagged.
My fault.
No, you good.
But yeah, I don't know, bro. It's just, I mean, like I said, they're just I guess they would be on my duo that never won, nothing like that.
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention. Yeah, so I would take them off, put them honorable mention. Most definitely, no question, Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison. Greatest I've ever seen. Accomplished the Super Bowl, one of the even though it was raggedy raining, they won. You know, it don't matter. I'm just glad they finally got one. Definitely gonna say Tom and Gronk. Top. Much as it disgustes me, Mahomes and Kelsey. Yeah, sound disgusting. This is bro. Ed Reed and Ray Lewis are my number one all time. I ain't gonna lie to you. In just the years that they played together, they gelled together. I'll always put them as number one.
They was my favorite, dog.
Yeah.
That was my
Not
favorite.
only Mike, my favorite, even though they was on the rival team. Them guys was, I'm telling you, off the wall. But
Generational, man.
bro, there's so many that I haven't seen, and there's so many people that I'm leaving off. Uh, I think, and it's just the fact that I think they went to the same college too. They got that Miami Hurricane blood. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. Oh boy, this is they played 3 seasons together. Dawkins and Trouter are one of my like I don't even they I won't, I'm not gonna say honorable mention, but they were one of my favorite duos
I ain't mad at it.
on that league. You know, it's people sleep on that though, because Weapon X Wolverine is my favorite safety of all time.
I
Top,
love I
top.
love Brian Dawkins, but he's my favorite Eagle of all time, but I think Ed Reed's my favorite safety of all time.
My favorite safety of all time would be Troy.
I I, I expected that.
Is Troy, Ed, and Dawkins. Them are my top three. You know, people can put lot. I never seen lot in it, so
A lot of people sleep on Bob Sanders when it comes to safeties too, though. For real.
it's just I think he just the fact that he didn't finish his career.
Yeah,
He just
yeah.
retired so damn early.
But he was man.
But
He
even
was.
even Bob and Dwight Freeney. It's like,
Yeah,
I'm a defensive guy, so I'm definitely gonna
yeah.
put him in like my
See,
top.
oh man, I got a whole nother duo list, or no, I got a trio list.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because
It's
you got to remember, Dwight Freeney, Bob Sanders, and Robert Mathis all played together.
that's true. That's true, but it's like them two made the impact together though.
Oh yeah, for sure, for
So
sure.
definitely, that's what I'm saying. Dwight Freeney, Bob Sanders, them was my guys right there, boy. Like
Yeah, they was good.
nothing was getting past that defense, bro. But it's just so many duos, man. I don't even know where to begin. It's like so many like honorable mentions, tops, all that. No, bro, it's just so many. It's just so many people to bang. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I don't know, bro.
It's a lot of man. It's a lot of good duos that was out there.
It is.
Because
You would like,
Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman.
wow.
I mean, you could put Brian Dawkins in there with Asante Samuel.
That's exactly. That's what I'm saying. Dawkins and
See, I got them as a trio though,
yeah,
as Asante, Dawkins, and Trotter as my trio.
but even you can put Brown. Brown was a Pro Bowl safety at one time. I mean, a corner at one point. Sheldon Brown was.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I can't stand when people leave Brown off that Eagles list, bro. Because
No,
he's
Sheldon
a
Brown
Pro
was
Bowl
good.
corner.
Sheldon Brown was good.
Sheldon Brown. I think that's because he was my guy. Sheldon was my dude. Sheldon was my dude. Even like right now, like my modern duo right now would probably be Jamar and Burrow and Chase, of course, number one. Um,
I'd put Jalen and Saquon on there, or Jalen and AJ.
yeah, they definitely, most definitely them two.
And then you still got to put Mahomes and Kelsey on there.
Mahomes and Kelsey.
Still got to put them on there. Uh, I mean, you could put Justin Jefferson on there with whoever his quarterback is if you want, because I
Nah,
mean he's still
that's
producing. He's still
that's true.
producing.
Yeah, whatever quarterback make him look good.
Yeah, I mean it's not
Dolphins,
a
St. Brown is definitely good, earning a spot up there as well.
yeah.
Um, it was his first Pro Bowl, so Lamar and Zay Flowers.
I was gonna say
First,
Lamar and Derrick Henry.
nah, it's only been 1 year though. These two played together 2 years, almost three. You
Yeah,
know,
but who's? I guess my thing is who's more impactful, Derrick Henry or Zay Flowers? That's how, when I made mine. That's how I looked at it. Was on the football field. Who do you fear more? Is it going to be a guy like Zay Flowers or is it going to be Derrick Henry? Is it going to be Saquon
I
or is it
think
going to
mine
be?
is different because I'm looking like who's been there longer.
If you do it, okay. So if you want to do that, then Kurt Warner and Larry Fitzgerald should be on that list too when they played in Arizona.
How
They
long?
played
5 years?
They played 5 years together.
Yeah, they
They
went to the
they
Super
got to a
Bowl.
Super Bowl.
That's true.
So I mean,
Yeah, I was afraid to put them on there. I was afraid to see what you were gonna say.
no, I
Yeah,
don't hate it because I mean you can't deny it because they had good seasons together.
that's true.
They had good seasons.
Because I was gonna say either Fitz and Anquan Bolden was a nice duo too.
They was good.
They
I
was
wasn't
good,
really
man.
an Anquan fan though. A lot of people liked Anquan. I was never really a fan of him.
You want a fan of Anquan Bolden?
Nah, not really. He was good. I'm not saying he was bad. I just was never a fan of him
What do you think of this duo? McNair and Mason, Derek Mason,
for sure.
or Eddie George?
Or Eddie George. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I like. It's not.
That could be in the trio list too.
That's what I'm saying. That's one of my trios.
Okay, yeah, we go say
That's one of my trios because you can't deny what they did on the football field.
that's true though, bro.
I
Yeah,
mean, I liked Eddie. I liked Eddie George, but I think that he's not what everybody thinks he is as a running back. I guess like I don't know. I don't know because my top 10 running backs is different than a lot of people's too. Because a lot of people will put Eddie George on that list, and I don't. I won't put him on my list.
Eddie George should not be mentioned in no top 10 list whatsoever.
Man, you'll be surprised. You will be surprised. And I'm not talking about like the greatest of all time or anything. I'm just talking about what I seen with my two eyes. what I see with my two eyes, I still don't think that he's a top 10 running back. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of people that are going to put some of these other guys on there, like be way before our time, like Walter Payton, and you know what I'm saying. Some of those, I've never seen you play, buddy. I can't put you on my top 10 list.
That's true. Let me ask you something. So before injuries, forget the injuries. You think Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp was a great duo?
Great or good? I would say they were a good duo. They got to the Super Bowl. They won the Super Bowl together, so you can't deny it.
So you don't think they was a great duo?
No, I think they were good because they played what 2 years together.
They played. No, they still playing together. Pause. They still playing together.
Yeah, that's something crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
but hold on. But you put Megatron in.
they played more than 2 years together.
How long they played though, bro?
They like 5 years. That you got to remember, Matthew
This is,
Stafford.
but this is their fifth year too. Like this is almost their fifth year. They've been
Yeah,
together.
but Cooper Cup just started making noise the last two
No,
or three
Cup was
years.
making some noise when golf was there though. Yes, he was. Yes, he
All
was.
right, man. All right. I guess
Oh,
I wasn't paying attention. My eyes must have been closed.
hold on. Let me see. Let's look at Cup's
I
numbers.
like I like Cooper Cup though. I'm not saying Cooper Cup's a bum. I like Cooper Cup.
Yeah, Cooper Cup. I mean, yeah, he. Just to make sure I'm not wrong. I'm on show y'all. Hold on one
No,
second.
you good, brother. You good.
Let me make sure. Okay. When did Stafford get there? 2020, 21.
I think it was 21.
So this would be
Was it after
if
COVID?
yeah, it was at the COVID. So Cup, his first year with golf was 869 yards. Then he was hurt and only played 7 games and had 560 yards. 2019, he had 1,000 yards, almost hit 1,000 in 2020. He had some decent numbers. Like I said, he had some decent numbers, but he had the triple crown when Stafford got there.
And that was what, 2021?
Yep.
And then what did he do in 2022?
He was hurt, only played 9 games and did 812
See,
yards.
that's what I'm saying. It's the injuries that keep him off the list for me.
Yeah. The only reason why I could say they got an argument is because of Super Bowl and the made
I
the
mean, if
triple
that's
crown.
yeah. I mean, if
Like I said, it's a case, but
yeah,
you may not win that case, but
right. And that's the thing is
it's
like
an argument though.
If Cooper Cup would have stayed healthy and put up 1,000 yards, like 5 out of the 6 years that they played together or something like that, and they won that Super Bowl and he had the triple crown, and then it's not an argument.
That's true.
But you can't stay on the football field, man.
I
If
just
that's
think
the case though, if that's the case, if you want to put, I think that argument will be better than the Carson Palmer and Chad Johnson. I didn't like Carson Palmer though either, so that could be part of the reason.
only reason why I give him a pass is because he's a USC guy. That's all. No. I mean,
Them USC quarterbacks are just as bad as Ohio State quarterbacks when they get to the NFL. I said it. And I'm an Ohio State fan, but I said it.
that's wild. So hold on, they played together. Carson, when did he get there? 04? Chad Johnson was the lead leader in 2006.
And what, receiving yards?
Yeah. He put up bomb numbers too. Nah, Palmer Johnson going up there, bro.
Go ahead.
They
I
going.
like Chad. I like Chad. I do.
First year, 1,100 yards. 13 next year, 12. Something next year, 14. And 13, another 14. Yeah. I gotta put yeah, they all right. Honorable, they all right. They can stand out in bunch. I
No,
see.
you cool. Put them up there, bro. Put them up there. I ain't mad at the numbers, dog. The numbers don't lie.
Yes.
Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't, bro.
Numbers don't. I feel you on that one, bro. That's just crazy work. So, so it's running backs. Okay, give me your running back list.
Ooh, we. Uh, that I seen play, no order.
No
I
order.
gotta go. I gotta go. Barry. I caught the tail end of Barry's career.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I gotta go. AP, of course, coming off that ACL tear, he rushed over 2,000 yards. And he was the last running back to win the MVP.
Right.
2009, I believe it was. Uh,
2021.
huh?
2009, I think. Yep.
Um, I gotta put LT up there too, man. LT was different.
He was way different.
Um, trying to find my list real quick. Oh, here it is, right here. So this is the one that got everybody. I got okay. I'll do my controversy one at the end. So I got to put Chris Johnson up there.
Mm-hmm.
Le'Veon Bell,
Le'Veon,
uh, Ricky Williams,
Ricky.
Edrin James.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I got Saquon on my list.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you could Barry, LT, and AP.
Okay, that's like eight.
Eight.
Yeah.
And then I got, it's going to sound crazy and it may sound biased, but Shady McCoy was different. In my opinion, I think, and this is just me, I'm probably going to get crucified when I say this, but if you go back and you watch the way Shady McCoy ran the football, he reminded you a lot of Barry Sanders.
It was different. It was
He
different.
was different, right? So I got Shady in there. And the last one that I got in there is Larry Johnson. But you could make the argument. You could make the argument to put Priest Holmes in there. There's an argument for Priest Holmes because Priest Holmes had a good career too, that
He
I
did.
seen.
It's just that injury hurt him. That's all.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Larry Johnson.
Yeah, Kansas City. It seems like Kansas City don't take good care of their running backs. But
Back then they didn't. Back then they didn't. But I mean, you got an argument because you could put Curtis Martin on that list if you wanted to.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Curtis Martin was good, but I didn't like his running style. I didn't think that I don't know how to explain Curtis Martin, man. He was good, but like I said, these were just my top 10 that I seen play in no order.
And Priest Holmes is a Super Bowl champion, so
Right? Yeah, because he got that one in Baltimore.
yeah, he did.
Yep. And that's what I'm saying. You could put Larry Johnson and Priest Holmes on there
Right.
if you want. I mean, because Priest Holmes was even good in Kansas City.
He had his best years in Kansas City because he only
That's
hit
what I'm saying.
1,000. I think he only hit 1,000 in Baltimore.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so he had his best years in KC.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not controversial at all.
But see, and it's crazy too because like I got crucified uh on TikTok when I put this list up. Yeah, y'all go follow me on TikTok too, man. Byrd Gang.
Oh, well,
Uh,
okay. You know, I always put the link in there. I got you.
yeah, I always post these lists and everything.
Yeah.
But I got crucified because I put Saquon on there. If I put AP on there and I put in Chris Johnson on there, I gotta put Saquon on there because he just rushed for 2,000 yards too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's an argument that you could put Terrell Davis on this list.
I can't put. I didn't really pay attention to Davis. So but once again, bro, people are mistaken of these are running backs that we've seen.
I caught the tail end of Terrell Davis's career.
You did? I didn't.
Yeah.
I hated Terrell Davis.
Yep.
I
I
hated.
like I like the Broncos though. When John Elway was a quarterback and all, yeah, I like those football teams. There's an argument you could put them on there.
Yeah, bro.
I'm a little bit older than you, dog.
Man, about 1 year. About
You
one
seen
year.
You seen Terrell Davis play unless you weren't watching football yet.
I did. That's why I hated him.
Oh, okay,
That's
okay.
what I'm saying. I hated Terrell Davis, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. See, my list is different. Adrian Peterson, I definitely respect him. Definitely respect Adrian Peterson. It's number one. Biased, I don't care. Big Bus is my guy. Love Jerome Bettis. Um, bro, I gotta put Sean Alexander. I respect Sean.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Why? You ain't like
I
Sean?
knew you was gonna say that. I
You didn't
like
like
Sean.
Sean?
I'm gonna tell you something, bro. And I made this comment when I was live.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at Sean Alexander's numbers, just look at the numbers,
Yeah.
and that short stint that he had, where everybody thought he was the best, you wouldn't be impressed.
I mean,
Now we're not going. I guess at the end of
no.
the day, we're not going to base all off of numbers, right?
I think we should. I mean, yeah, you can. Now, if that's the case, if we're going off numbers, I ain't gonna put him up there. I ain't gonna put him up there because
His
there's if that's the case, then here's the thing. Yeah, you're right, bro. No, I'm gonna take Sean off because in that case, 2003, Priest and Ahmad Green was the top two running backs that year. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's what I'm saying. Sean
Yeah.
Alexander was good, but he was never even considered the best running back in football ever.
He wasn't.
Not to me, because you got to remember, dog. LT was still in the league. You're not going to
So
sit here and tell
Sean
me
Alexander's MVP year, he wasn't the best.
what year was that.
2005. 1,880 yards, 27 tutties.
I give
He
I give
definitely
him that.
was that, but yeah, and pretty much he kind of got robbed in '04 too.
I don't know. I wasn't big on Sean Alexander.
That's
But how
because
many times?
Seattle wasn't
But how
nobody
many times did he touch the ball too?
370.
All right. So
So let me do a little test real quick, y'all. Hold on a second.
see, these are the conversation that I like to have.
Most definitely.
So in 2005, LT had almost 1,500 yards and 18 touchdowns. So
LT.
I, huh?
You mean 2005
LT, LaDainian Tomlinson.
total from the scrimmage?
No, that's just rush yards. He had 15.
2005.
He
LaDainian
had
Tomlinson was
1,500.
that's only 1,500 though.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
he was top five.
No. I didn't say he was top five.
Cause I'm thinking, cause them years I was about to say, cause it was like five running backs ahead of him.
No, I didn't say top five. I didn't.
Oh,
Say,
okay.
no. I was just saying in 2005 he had almost 1,500 yards and 18 touchdowns. But
So the
he
Clinton
only touched
Portis.
he only touched the ball 339 times too.
That's a big difference, but still,
That's
gotta remember that. But here's the thing: 2005. Who was that quarterback?
Philip Rivers.
Philip Rivers.
It had to have been because I think Drew
And
Brees. Yeah, Drew Brees was down in New Orleans at that time, right?
yep, pretty much. And still had Antonio Gates, right?
Yep.
Alexander was by himself though.
Yeah, Matt Hasselbeck was a
Bum.
quarterback. No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was
No,
about to say he's a bum.
who was the who? I don't even know who the receivers were over there.
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. That was the offense.
Yeah, I'll give
But
you that
but still 1,500 is impressive. Because
for sure.
even I think, if I'm not wrong, you had Sean, think Tiki, your boy Larry Johnson, Clinton, probably LT. Them probably was the top five in '05.
How many yards or how many thousand yard seasons does Sean Alexander have?
I just looked at his numbers. He had 18 in one year. He had 16 the year before, 14 the year before. He had like 4,000 yards. He's no five. Sorry.
See, LaDainian Tomlinson from 2001 until 2008 rushed for 1,000 yards.
Yeah, consistent. I respect it.
And that's yeah. But he was I don't know. LT's one of my favorite that don't get talked
Most
about.
definitely. LT was my guy. I loved LT. I
So
love.
who you got? Sean.
No,
Hey,
I'm gonna take Sean.
no man, that's your boy. Run with him, dog. You just made a case for him. Put him on there.
This next one you might not agree with though. I'm gonna put Marshawn in there.
I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at that at all. I like Marshawn.
I got Marshawn, Sean Alexander, Jerome,
AP.
ADP. Chris Johnson was my guy too, though.
CJ2K.
One of the fastest running backs I've ever seen. And there's another Kansas City running back, Jamal Charles.
Yep.
Jamal Charles was people don't mention him. Jamal Charles, I definitely love Derrick Henry, man.
You got him top 10 right now, though,
Derrick Henry?
that you've seen play.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. I'm just
I mean,
asking.
it's
See, that's what I'm saying. To me, I think there's
I
other
can't
running
give you a
backs.
top 10, bro. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna lie to you. When it comes to these top tens, bro, I move the
It's yeah, but
goalposts
it's all
because I've been
but it's
watching football since like '96, since I was
yeah,
7.
but it's opinion based. So if you like them, you can. I mean, I'm not mad at it, but I think you're. See, I guess my brain went to the more of the guys that are out of the game that aren't still playing outside of. I got Saquon is the only one that's still playing that's on my list.
That's difficult though. Because
Now when it
I can't really give you like, like
because you can put Derrick Henry on
I
there
could
because
give you like I said, I could give you a Jamal Lewis, but
he rushed for 2,000 yards.
it's also a consideration of the consistency as well. That's why I put Derrick Henry in here because he was consistent with his game.
Yeah,
I like Marshawn because of his off-field shit too. He's just a goofy ass person. He brings fun. Like, he's serious on the field. Like when I was playing, he's serious, but you also you that heart of the team.
right.
Jerome, of course, big guy. They say Steeler for life. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Peterson, definitely best power run I've ever seen. Chris Johnson was so speedy with it, you couldn't catch him. But here's another case too. I could probably take Jamal because he wasn't consistent after that one great year. He was hurt all the time too. So
Yeah, he
yeah,
kind
that's what
of
I'm
fell
saying, bro.
off.
This list is Clinton Portis. I can honestly put Clinton Portis. He had some consistent years up there. Clinton had some good years. Clinton had some good years. Le'Veon, it's just he pissed me off when it came to like when we needed him. Wasn't there for playoffs when we needed him. Though. That's what made me mad about him.
But you can't deny what he did.
Can't deny what he did.
Yeah.
Ricky was probably the reason why I even watched the Dolphins game.
Yep.
And
For sure.
Curtis Martin was the Jets' offense at one point in his career. New York kid, yeah. And LT was my cheat code and everything. So yeah, I don't know, bro.
It's tough because you didn't even say Edger.
Nah, because it was just so much. I didn't like Edger though. I didn't like Edger. The only person I liked on that team was Marvin because he went to Syracuse.
Yeah, see, I didn't like Peyton Manning growing up, man, but you had to respect what he
I
was doing.
definitely respect him. I respect that whole Colts offense, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I respect him, man.
I never was a fan of Peyton Manning, but I think it was because I like Tom Brady. That's why.
Yeah, but that year from like '02 to '05, them running backs was just nasty, bro.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, nasty. Um,
Everybody list gonna look different. You know what I'm saying?
oh
It
yeah,
just
most
depends
definitely.
on it all just depends on what you like. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, bro. You right. You right. I don't know, brother. That's what I'm saying. These lists is difficult because me, I ain't gonna lie, I'm that person that moved the goalpost. I was like, I can give you 10. I can give you 20.
Yeah.
I can
No,
give
for
you
sure,
20.
for sure. Because if you look at it, the next five, I would have to put Jerome Bettis on there. I put Terrell Davis on there. I will put Clinton Portis on there. I will put Beast Mode and Derrick Henry there. Those would be my next five.
What about where would you put Tiki Barber on the list?
Tiki was good, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And I'm not even trying to be funny. I really don't. I never even. I watched Tiki a lot growing up.
Now, it's just the fact that one of my partners asked me the same question. I was like, I don't know where I would put him either. And he think it's just because I'm a giant hater, which I am. But I respect Tiki. I respect what he did, but I don't know where I would rank him on my list of either favorites or running backs of all time.
See, because I don't think he was better than Ward Dunn. I
I
don't
think
think
Tiki was better than I think he was better.
my opinion. I don't think he was better than Ward Dunn. I don't think he. I don't. I mean, again, it's all opinion based.
That's true.
It's all opinion based. I didn't like Tiki Barber's running style.
Really.
Yeah, I wasn't. I wasn't. I think he would be top 20 though, but I don't think. I don't know. It's hard, man. It's hard when you talk about these lists because, again, people. It's all opinion based. So
It is
you,
all
I say Ward Dunn was better than Tiki, and you look at me like I'm crazy. But that's just
that's just
you
an
know,
opinion. Yeah,
yeah.
you're right.
I'm trying to think who else. Who else was in that era with Tiki Barber?
Oh, Ahmad Green from Green Bay.
He would be he'd probably be top 20.
Yeah, man.
I see. I don't. I never. I don't know, man. I would have to look. I would have to look and compare. Eddie George would be in my top 20.
Hmm.
He
Eddie
wouldn't be.
George.
Eddie George would be.
I could put 20 on more than Eddie George though. From like that 02, 03 era, I can definitely put like
See,
20.
and you got to remember, even my top 10. I didn't even mention Jamal Charles, but the injuries is what got him.
Yeah, the
And
injuries
then
was
I
bad.
didn't talk about Sean Alexander. He wasn't in my top 10 because he would be in my top 20. So I don't know where you would put because Tiki Barber, obviously, I don't think Tiki Barber was ever better than Sean Alexander.
See, my thing is this, bro. From that era, so we talking about early 2000s. Eddie George would be in my top 20 in the 2000s. I could put Priest, LT, Jamal.
I see that's where I get lost is because Jamal had too many injuries for me.
No,
He
Jamal Lewis.
Jamal Lewis. Okay, I thought you
I'm
were
talking
talking.
about Jamal. I said Priest Holmes, Damian, Jamal Lewis, Ahmad Green. I'm gonna put
AP
Clinton Portis,
AP.
Sean Alexander. No, I'm talking about 2003, like around that prime time, like, year of the running backs where everybody was like dogging like 16, 1700 yards. You know what I'm saying? Like Fred Taylor, people forget about Fred Taylor. You know, we talked about Ricky, your boy Edrin. You had them dogs up there. I can
So you're
AP, definitely, like you said, AP. So yeah, if you want to get technical from like 2000 to 2010, yeah, I got a few I could put above
so
it.
you don't think Eddie George would have been a top 20 running back? So was Eddie George better than Tiki Barber?
Hmm. I think Tiki was better. Tiki was consistent too. Curtis was better. I think Curtis was a little better. I think Curtis Martin was better.
I'm not trying to advocate for Eddie George or nothing. I
No, no,
just
no.
like Eddie.
I get what you say. I just feel like I could put a few above Eddie.
I like Eddie George, but I think it gets crazy when people try to put him in the top 10. Is all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I don't think he's top 20. I
Top
got
20
30.
is crazy.
Like I said, bro, I could put Priest. Like you said, from 2000 to 2010, Eddie George is not a top 20 running back. Like I said, bro, I could put Priest, Ahmad, Damian, Jamal Lewis, Clint Porter, Sean Alexander, Fred, Ricky, Edrin, Tiki, Marshall, AP. See, that's 12. To put Jerome, he won. Well, let me ask you something. Since you're an Eagles fan, where do you rank Deuce Staley?
That's tough. Man, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. I ain't even gonna lie to you. So listen, so I just went on ESPN and I typed in 2003 the rushing yards. All right.
Yeah,
Jamal Lewis, Ahmad Green, LaDainian Tomlinson. We keep forgetting about Deuce McAllister. He
Deuce
was good
McAllister was
too.
one.
Yep. You got Clinton Portis, Fred Taylor, Stephen Davis, Sean Alexander, Priest Holmes, Ricky Williams, Travis Henry. Forget about Travis Henry too.
Yeah,
Curtis
Travis was
Byrd,
one.
Edrin James, Tiki Barber, Dominique Williams, Eddie George.
That's what I'm saying. When has Eddie George even been a top 20 running back ever? If you can go from like '02 or 2000, 2001, 2002, where is he in these Michael Vick had more rushing yards than him at one point. That's crazy.
Yeah, but Michael Vick was in Atlanta. He was a running back. He was
Yeah.
he was 18.
Oh, well, hold on. Didn't you just put your boy Word Done up there?
I like work done.
That's what I'm saying. So there was a running back there. There was a running back there still.
Let me look at Eddie George's his career stats.
I just don't think he's a top 20. Let's go to his stats for me, brother.
All right. So in his career, he's got 2,865 carries, 10,441 yards, and 68 touchdowns. And his career was from 96 to 2004.
Mm-hmm.
So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years.
Well, 2000 was his best year.
Yep, 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns. I've never looked at Tiki's numbers. I'm about to look at him right now. I'd never seen his numbers before because I'd never paid attention to him. I want to know.
You know,
I want to see what his numbers look like.
so 2000, Edrin James was the best running back.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, bro. Their numbers are identical. Eddie George and Tiki Barber's numbers are identical. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 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 Tiki Barber played one more year than him.
Just one more.
Yep. Yep.
So they both probably got the same amount of Pro Bowls and everything, huh?
So Eddie George has 2,217 carries. Listen to how close these yards are.
Mm-hmm.
10,449. Eddie George had 10,441.
Okay.
Eddie George, Eddie George had, I think, 65 touchdowns, and Tiki Barber's got 55.
Yeah. Similar.
That's what they're literally their numbers are identical.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know how many, I don't know what the Pro Bowls look like.
Tiki got 3 Pro Bowls.
How many did Eddie have?
Tiki got 3 Pro Bowls, 1 first team All Pro. Eddie George has.
Yeah, we can't do that anyway because Eddie George is in the Hall of Fame. Tiki Barber's not getting in the Hall, is he?
I hope not. Eddie George has 4 Pro Bowls and 1 first team All Pro. The same, just one more Pro Bowl than Tiki.
Is Eddie George in the Hall of Fame? Oh, they put him in a college Hall of Fame. Never mind. I don't know. Those running backs were too good though. To
Yeah, he's in the college, but not. Yeah, you're right. The college.
let me see. I got to look at my boy too, man, because we was just talking about him.
Well,
See,
yeah.
even Warwick Dunn though. Warwick Dunn had 2,669 carries for 10,967 yards and 49 touchdowns. So they all right there within that same group of each other.
Yeah, they all in the same mark. And neither of them in the Hall of Fame, right?
Nope.
Are
That's
them
what I'm.
Hall of Fame numbers to you?
Huh?
Are them Hall of Fame numbers to you?
Nah. Not what some of these other guys did.
10,000 yards is not running, not for a running back. It's not Hall of Fame. Who's in? Is LaDainian Thompson in the Hall of Fame?
He had 13,000 yards,
Never mind. You're right.
100,
Yeah, you're definitely right.
144 touchdowns. It's different.
It's a different. You're right.
It's different, dog. It's different.
Yeah, Marshall Faulk's a no-brainer. Of course, he deserves it.
Emmitt Smith is a no brainer because he had the best
Oh,
offensive line and the best
I
fullback.
wasn't even gonna mention him.
You know what I mean?
He in the class by himself.
Right. And even your boy Jerome Bettis got 91 touchdowns and almost 1,400 yards. 10,000 yards ain't gonna get you in the Hall of Fame.
Mm. Adrian Peterson, Hall of Fame.
Uh, I
Oh
don't
no,
know.
he ain't. I don't think he's been.
Yeah, I don't think he's eligible yet.
I
See,
know
and
he's
he'll
in.
get in, but he'll get in though because he's got almost 15,000 yards and 120 touchdowns, dog.
He definitely gonna get in there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it
Because he
ain't been five
retired.
years for him. Yeah, it ain't been 5 years for him.
Yes, it has. He retired in 2001.
He did.
Yep. Oh
Well,
no, it's
five
only
years will be next
2025.
year.
Yeah, next year. Next year.
Next year will be. Yeah,
He'll
he'll
be
get in there
first
next year.
ballot. He'll be first ballot.
I would hope so. They better not try to play him.
Yep. Oh, 2012 is when he got that rush or that MVP. That was his MVP season when he rushed for almost 2,100 yards.
2012,
Yeah. 2009, he only had 1,300 yards.
but he still was a dog that year too, though.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And the reason why I say that is because they almost went to the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, 10,000 yards. 10,000 yards ain't gonna get you in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Yeah,
Now, when you look at some of them other guys' numbers,
that's true, bro.
and like I said, it's not a knock on none of them, but I think that they're a lot of those guys are in a different tier.
Oh, yeah, like you said. Yep, that's true, bro. You're right. So
Like
it'd be
Ahmad
difficult.
Green,
What he had?
see, Ahmad Green wasn't that great to me. That's why I wouldn't even put him in the top 15 because he only had 9,000 yards in his career. That's what I'm saying. Ahmad Green wasn't better than Warwick Dunn, Tiki Barber, or Eddie George.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He played 11 years and had 9,000 yards and had 60 touchdowns. That boy was a goal line merchant.
Yeah.
That's the way
But
I
I'm
look
just
at it.
talking about from 2000 to 04. That's when he had them consistent years, though. But he had injury problems. That's what I'm saying. We holding
No,
that
no,
against
yeah,
him?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. We gonna hold that against him?
No, but I'm just saying if but you put Ahmad Green over Eddie George.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
you put would you have put Ahmad Green over Warwick Dunn?
We're not being goofy here. No, we ain't being. No, I love work done. That's my guy, dude. I I think it's just the fact that he was just maybe considered a top guy 1 year, and that was 2000.
Who?
Eddie.
Yeah.
That's it. These guys was like mentionable. They were talked about though. You know, from
Eh,
even like I said, from old, like I said, he had 4 consistent great years. Ahmad Green did. You
I
know,
gotta look. I didn't even really pay attention to Eddie's like consistency on his
he
yards. I
he. I
just
think he had the consistent yards, bro. I just think that 1,500 yard season was like, oh, he's a top guy. But after that, he was just like it's like he hit that 1,000 yards and just said, okay, cool.
bro, he was consistent his whole career. He only
That's
had
what
two
I'm
years.
saying. He was. I didn't say he wasn't though. All I'm saying is like he probably got his 1,000 and just said, okay.
I mean, his rookie year, he had 1,300, 1,300, 1,200, 1,300, 1,500, 939, 1,100, 1031.
I know, brother. I didn't say he wasn't though. All I'm saying is that after the 1,500 year, it was like, okay, I'm gonna get my 1,000 and just not do nothing though.
Yeah, but see, you got to remember too, though, because you went from 2000 to how long with my green?
My Green had 1,000 yards, 2,000 from 2004, over 1,000 yards.
Eddie George was right there with him, besides the 1 year, because that last year in Dallas, Eddie George was on his way out. That 939 was his only year he didn't have 1,000. But I get what you're saying with the 1,500. I get what you're saying.
Right.
I
Yeah.
get what you're saying. But Eddie had 1,500 and 2,000 with him.
But here, yeah, I get, yeah, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Their careers were
But
almost the
once
same.
again, too, though, bro, it's like from either, like I said, 2000, even though Brett Favre was an asshole, Ahmad still had 1,100 some yards. That was cool.
What
He was pushing, he was still fighting, he still was up there like 01, 02, 03, 04. You know what I mean? He was still being trying to be consistent. It's just the fact that, okay,
what
I
was the
keep
most
getting hurt.
what was the most touchdowns that Ahmad Green had in the season?
15, that was 2003.
All right. So Eddie George in 2000 had 14, and then in 2002 had 12.
Yeah, 12.
I don't know. Their careers are too much identical for me to make an argument for either one of them. That's just me.
As I'm looking at it, you're definitely right.
Yeah, their careers are damn near identical for real. Like literally, what's the yards per average for my green?
My Green average is 4.5.
Damn, he got him there because Eddie's is only 3.6.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. This is when
The running backs was
they
at the
both
best.
they both had offense support around them. Because I was saying like this is when Antonio Freeman, he had Antonio Freeman who was scoring Brett Favre, and but Eddie George,
Donald Driver
yeah,
and
but Eddie George
Tennessee.
had the same too.
Yeah,
Eric McNair. So yeah,
Eric McNair. Yep.
it's identical. Yeah, we ain't got no. Who cares about
Frank
Detroit?
White Frank Wycheck was over there. People, I mean, he was a good tight end. He was serviceable.
That's true. That's true.
But it like I said, with Ahmad Green and Eddie George, their careers is
They're identical.
too identical to say one is better than the other.
What do you think about Rudy Johnson?
Damn, that's an interesting name, dog. I ain't heard that name in forever. I gotta go look him. I did.
Rudy Johnson was.
I forgot about him for real.
You got
Cause
about who?
I remember when I was a kid, and every time he scored, I'd be like, Rudy. He
People
had a short
forget
career
about
though.
Rudy, man.
He only had 5,000 yards in his career. The injuries got him.
Andrews did get him.
No, he had 3 years. He had 1,000.
Yeah, but just didn't do nothing after that.
Yeah, that's the problem with him. That was always a problem with him. Let me look at my boy Deuce the Goose McAllister.
Deuce had some crazy numbers.
He really did. He only rushed for 1,000 yards 4 times in his career. He's only got listen, dog. In his career, he's only got 6,000 yards.
Really?
Yep, he got
That
six.
sounds about right for the New Orleans Saints running backs.
Yeah, from 2001 to 2008, bro, he has 6,096 yards and average 4.3 carries.
Better than George.
Huh?
Better than Eddie George.
Oh yeah, you trolling no. Eddie had 10,000. He ain't even close.
Average though, over four.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm just messing
But
with
you got to remember them. They always ran. They had to play them good defenses too. They was running into Baltimore all the time,
you. That's true.
Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? They was playing good defenses. I thought Deuce McAllister was better than what his numbers say.
I agree. I agree with you.
I got to look at now. Now, see, now you got me looking at people's numbers, dog.
Got to. Sometimes you got to look at these numbers though.
The numbers don't lie.
Let me look at
I'm about to look up your boy that you was talking about earlier,
well,
Jamal Charles.
Jamal. I don't think his numbers is that was
Yeah, see, his numbers don't jump out at you because he only had 7,000 yards.
exactly.
He had four good years because he was hurt all the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jamal was like, look look at Jamal Lewis. The only thing with Jamal Lewis is the end of his career was bad.
Yeah, because he ended up going to Cleveland, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's for his whole career. Yeah, he only had 10,000.
Oh, see, that's what I'm saying, man.
They ain't gonna get you in the hall. One
Priest
solid
Holmes.
grade.
Priest
Solid
Holmes
grade
is another
was
one.
the 2000 year, the 2066.
Priest Holmes is another one, bro. He only had 8,000 yards.
With that neck injury, he had to go.
Yeah. Well, he tried to play because his best years were in '98. He had that 1,000 yard season, and then from
Right.
2000 into 2003, he rushed for 1,500, 1,600, 1,400. And then from 2004 to 2007, the man only broke 500 yards one time. He played 8 games, 7 games, 4 games. Whew. The running backs, man,
The
it's
running back
different when
game was crazy, bro.
you get to looking at them numbers, man. Totally different.
Yeah.
But 10,000 yards ain't gonna get you in the Hall of Fame.
Nah, you're right. You're right. Even look at Sean's numbers again. Sean only had 9,000 yards.
Did he get into the Hall?
I don't think so.
I was gonna say if he did, the only reason why he did is because he got the MVP.
Nah, he ain't in. Nope, he sure ain't in there.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
But like you said, if he not getting in, I mean, no, excuse me, if they let him in, then they got to let the other ones in too, who
You
have
got
2,000
yeah,
yards.
yep, you got to. But he's got a stronger case because he got the MVP.
That is true too.
That'd be the only reason why you could say that's why we put him in over the other ones.
So if you the NFL, would you let Sean Alexander in?
No,
Even like you just said,
and the numbers.
MVP?
It's the numbers, dog. If that's the case, then you gonna let every running back in almost that had 10,000 yards.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think you can put them guys in there. I mean, there has to be a standard or a criteria on where the cutoff is for running backs to get in the NFL, and obviously 10,000 yards ain't it. 15,000 to get you in.
He's probably the only running back with the MVP award that's not in the Hall.
I ain't mad at it though. You
AP,
letting them know that the
AP gonna
accolade.
be because AP gonna be there next year regardless.
Yep,
But Damian deserves to be there.
he's already in.
Yeah, yeah. Damian's in. Marshall's in.
Jerome's in.
Wait, Jerome don't have an MVP.
No, but he's in the hall without the
No, I'm talking
MVP.
about running backs with the MVP award.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, Terrell definitely should be in.
Terrell's in there.
Yeah,
Yep.
Barry's in there. Emmett's in there. Thurman's in there. Earl Campbell definitely's in there. Who else got a fucking MVP award? Marcus Allen's in.
Shit, he just got in.
Marcus just got in there?
I believe he just got in this year. Pretty
What?
sure Marcus Allen just got in this year.
I thought Allen went in there in 2013.
I don't think so.
When I went to the
I
Hall of
look.
Fame, he was in. I thought he was in there.
I gotta look, nah, because now you got me second guessing myself.
I think he was in there, bro. Yeah, Marcus is in there.
He got into 2023. Yeah, he just got in.
Also 2023 Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he just got in.
So yeah, like I said, these are guys who won.
My bad. Eric Allen just got into the Hall of Fame this year.
Jared Allen did?
Eric.
Who was that?
Eric Allen from Philly.
Oh, that's your neck of the woods. So you Jimmy, like I said, I'm talking about these greatness like Jim, Walter, OJ, Marcus, Jim, all the guys who won. So he will be the only running back with the MVP who's not in the hall. And
I'm
who will
not mad
never
at
get
it
in the
though.
hall. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause your numbers was not all that, my guy.
They wasn't.
So since we are on duos, give me I mean from like back in the day to now, if you want to. Give me five top duos you would have loved to see on a team together.
What you mean that I would love to see together?
Like name two good duos, like two good players that you would have loved to see like team up from back in the day to
Oh,
now. Yeah.
I'd have loved to see Michael Vick and Saquon play together.
Yeah,
That'd have been
that was
crazy.
that was one of mine.
Uh, I would say Justin Jefferson and Steve Young or Joe Montana.
That's one. That's two.
Uh, Jamar Chase and Peyton Manning. Mm, let's go. Let's go. Mm, that's tough, bruh. That's
Yeah.
tough because now I'm trying to look back and think ahead. Uh, how about we do Edgar James and Lamar Jackson?
Ooh, nice.
What is that? Four?
Four. Yep.
Give me, give me Josh Allen and Jerry Rice.
Josh Allen, Jerry Rice. It's not bad, bro.
And that's just off the fly. That's just me.
That's just off the fly.
That's off the fly. I had nothing written down, not even thought about it. That's off the fly.
Ugh. All right.
Go ahead. What you got? I want to hear it.
My top five duos that I would have loved to see team up. Definitely, I've always dreamed of this. TJ Watt and Troy Polamalu on the same defense together. That would have been a dream come true. I definitely would have had to go with Marcus Allen. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I would have loved to see Marcus Allen and Ben Roethlisberger.
See, I'm going off people I seen play.
Huh?
I'm going up. I mean, I get it. I was just thinking of people that I wanted to see play that I actually seen play.
That's what I said from back in the day to
Oh,
now.
then
That's what I said. Yeah,
one of mine would have been Randall Cunningham and Miles Garrett.
right. That's what I said. You see, you weren't paying attention. You weren't paying attention, bro. So, like I said, my top five, like greatest duo that I would love to see play. Like I said, T.J. Watt and Troy Polamalu. I definitely would love to see Marcus Allen. Marcus Allen and Michael Vick would have been a nice little nasty duo together. Bruh. Jack Tatum and LT on the defense together would have been crazy too. And let's go with this one too. Weapon X and Ed Reed. Free safety and say strong safety, bro. Nothing was getting in that backfield, bro. I'm trying to tell you
No
right
fly zone.
now,
No
no
fly
fly
zone for
zone
real.
whatsoever, bro. And who else? One more. I'm gonna say this. Aaron Rodgers and Terrell Owens.
I can see it. I can see it. That'd have been a nice little duo together for real.
Bro, I would love to see that, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. We could go all day with that. We
Yeah,
could go
because
all
you
day
could
with
I
this
mean
one, bro.
you could do Miles Garrett and Reggie White. You could do Miles
Ooh.
Garrett and Dwight Freeney.
Ooh.
You could do TJ Watt and Robert Mathis. I mean, I could if we doing I could do that all day long.
Go ahead. Do some more. Pause.
Uh
Yo,
let
that's
me see. I could do Brian Dawkins and Darrell Revis. I could do Ed Reed and Richard Sherman on the defensive side. Uh let me see. I could do Aaron Rodgers and Ocho Cinco.
that'd be dope.
Um yeah, man, it's a lot,
That's a
bro.
lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. You talking old to now? You could do
I
shit.
got one too.
You could do Barry and Big Ben.
I got one too, bro. I would love to see Brian Westbrook and Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Brian Westbrook was good too, for real.
Brian Westbrook, bro.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You could literally do that shit all day long.
All day, brother. Trying to tell you, man.
AP and Lamar.
Who?
AP and Lamar. LT and Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm,
could you imagine? Could you imagine for real? Think about this. Imagine LaDainian Tomlinson with Josh Allen, bro.
mm.
It's scary. It'd be scary hours, dog. Like, how? What would you do?
I think some my pops had asked me something like this too. Like, okay, from let's do teams now. Let's say LT and Justin Herbert. Like that one I just did. Hurts and Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
Or Rodgers and Sterling. Being
Yeah,
Swan. It's just so many, bro.
yeah. There's a lot. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot that
It's
you
a
if
lot, especially like if you go off teams like players from that team alone.
yeah.
Shit,
That's what I'm saying because you could even if you go back to the Colts days and you could do Andrew Luck and Marvin Harrison or Reggie Wayne. You see what I'm saying? You could move pieces around all you wanted to for real.
that's true. It's just so much. It's yeah. So I try
Think
not
of
to ask these questions, bro.
that. Yeah, it's. I mean,
I try
just
not
think of
to ask these questions.
just think about Steve McNair if he would have had like a Torrey Bruce and Isaac or Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce. I don't know why I had their names crisscrossed like that.
That'd have been crazy work. That would have been crazy work, brother. Let me see. Mhm. So hold on a second. Let me ask you something. So out of these free agents, these 8 free agents that I'm about to name, you tell me if they will be worth a contract or not. We're starting with Trayvon Morig. Do you think he's worth a 4 year, $60 million contract?
Who is it?
Trayvon, the safety. Trayvon Morig, the safety.
I don't even know who that is. I ain't even gonna hold you. I've never heard that name before.
You know who Byron Murphy is?
Who?
Byron Murphy,
Yeah.
cornerback. Do you think he's worth a 3 years, $57.5 million contract?
Where is he? He was in Detroit last year, right?
Mm-hmm. No, he was with the Vikings.
Oh no, who am I thinking? Oh, I'm thinking of I know who I'm thinking of. I can't. Yeah, Byron. Yeah, he's gonna get paid.
Don't
He's
get
gonna
paid.
get paid.
Do you think Chase Young is worth 4 years, 72 million?
Hell no.
Good answer. Milton Williams,
Yes.
4 years, 88 million.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I
No,
don't.
you
I
don't think
don't
that?
think so. And I'm gonna tell you why. And I got a
Why?
great reasoning on why I
Mhm.
don't. So if you remember, Javon Hargrave in 2022 did the same thing with the Philadelphia Eagles. Right? He got paid. I think San Francisco gave him like a 4 year, $88 million contract, 4 years, 78, something like that, somewhere in
Mhm.
that range, right? But the problem is when you pay those guys, you see who they really are. So Milton Williams, for instance, I love Milton Williams, but Milton Williams doesn't get double teamed. Milton Williams was getting one-on-one matchups because of Jalen Carter. Now, when you start to get double teamed, are you going to win that? Yes, you were PFF's number one graded defensive line or defensive tackle pass block win rate because you were not getting double teamed.
Right.
Now, a team is going to take a chance on you. You're not going to live up to that contract, bro. You only had, and it's not a knock on Milton. I like Milton, but the problem is dog, you only have 5 sacks all year.
Right.
I like Milton Williams, but to pay the man 4 year, 82 million, which is going to be like 22, 25 guaranteed somewhere in that ballpark a year,
Yeah.
it's a little crazy, dog. But again, Javon Hargrave, if you look at his number from what he did when he went to San Francisco, he wasn't the same player. It's going to translate to Milton Williams is going to end up it's not a knock on Milton Williams. I like Milton Williams, but when you start getting double teamed and you can't win those double teams, Jalen Carter made you not. I ain't gonna say made you, but because Jalen Carter,
No, call a spade a spade. You're
yeah, he
right.
gets so much. Jalen Carter gets so much attention
Right.
that it makes your job so much easier that you can win your one on ones. Which yeah, you still have to win the one on one, but it's a lot easier to win a one on one than a double team.
I tell you, bro.
But it's not Milton Williams. If you see this, brother, it's not a knock on you. I like you. You're a good football player. You're a great football player. But I just got to call a spade a spade. I'd like to see what you do if you get double teamed.
So Darius Slayton,
Mm,
3 years, 42 million.
ain't nobody paying him that. He's 34 years old.
Right.
He gonna have to. If he stays in Philly will give him a 1 year deal for something cheap.
He could possibly go to the Steelers. Steelers, you better not give him that. Please don't give him that. Okay. Here's the $1 million question. Sam Darnold, 164 million. You don't think Titans, Raiders, or the Giants could pay that?
The Titans Raiders are who?
Giants.
They can pay him all they want to, but you're gonna get the same Sam Darnold that you've seen the last 2 years of the season, the last 2 games of the season. I'm sorry. Look what he did against Detroit.
Yeah.
Detroit had all those injuries on defense that everybody talks about and why they lost to Washington. But Sam Darnold still couldn't perform. Look what he did in the playoffs. You've seen who Sam Darnold truly was, and that's what I kept telling everybody: just give it time. Just give it time. Sam Darnold was going to self-explode, and that's exactly what he did.
Mm-mm. It's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to see what this free agency has to offer, man.
And somebody paid Sam Darnold that contract. That's just because they hope it.
I just hope the Steelers don't pay him that either.
That'd be $162 million for Sam Darnold.
164.
164. Yeah, that's crazy.
It don't make it no better.
That's diabolical.
That is, bro. Anything else before we wrap this up, bro? Like, got anything else you want to say?
I hope Philadelphia signs Zach Bond, and I think that if Zach Bond leaves, it's because he chased the bag, which you can't be mad at him for it.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that he takes the friendly deal and tries to keep our defense together because he's a big piece of our defense, man.
Y'all can run
And
it.
that and if he resigns, and that'll be the reason why, is because he's going to take somewhat of a discount to stay in Philadelphia because he don't want to leave.
Right.
He said that himself. He said he wants to stay. He loves the city. He loves the organization. He loves the team. We took a chance on him. Nobody else wanted to take the chance on him. Just stay home, Zach. Just stay home, brother.
You heard it, Zach. Stay home, bro. All right, y'all. This has been another great episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all. Well, if Mike free, probably either later on or tomorrow. So peace, love. Keep subscribing, keep liking, keep sharing, keep watching. We appreciate everybody, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Peace, love, all that good shit. We out.
Happy Black History Month.
Yes, sir. Stay black.